Hello Warfighters, war is hell. Welcome to the next episode of me playing with the 183rd Air Assault. If you like this video, please go ahead and hit that like button. In fact, just hit it right now so you don't forget to hit it later. Also subscribe to the channel if this is your first time watching the video. Please consider sharing the video and also donating to the Patreon. There's some pretty cool perks if you end up donating to the Patreon. Like in the last video, got a shout out for somebody, which is pretty cool. Now one thing to kind of note here, and this isn't going to take effect for quite some time in the videos, is the 183rd has actually rebranded. We're now the 5th Ranger Battalion, so we can do some more Special Forces types of operations, which I think will be exciting for a lot of people. We've always got spots open, so if you're looking to join the 5th Ranger Battalion, I'll make sure to put the description in the link below for you guys. So in Operation Red Dragon, we've reached a point here where the North Koreans have advanced for some time across South Korea, but we've got an opportunity to be able to hold them at this one position, and this might actually end up being the turn of the tide here for this particular scenario if we can hold right here. You can see I've got a 240, which is outside of the norm. Usually I'm carrying an M249, so I've got heavy weaponry here. And what members of the 183rd have been doing before I loaded in is some guys ended up coming in early and have been fortifying this position. So there are some sandbags that are positioned on top of the buildings that we can use for additional cover. We've actually got mines that are out in the open in front of us, knowing full well that the North Koreans are coming this way, not just with infantry, but a bunch of armor as well. That could really thin out the forces a little bit before they get to us. So my fire team's positioned on the second floor right here, which gives us a pretty good opportunity to be able to see what's going on in front of us. Of course, the best view is going to be from the top of the building, which command is at right now, just to get better eyes on what's going on. We've also got an Apache in the air as well to provide cover for us and to attack some of the armor and some of the other enemy that are coming this way. But as we're setting up these positions, we don't know exactly what we're going to be coming up against, but we're going to find out here pretty soon exactly how much the North Koreans are going to be throwing at this position.
We got a Jeep North 014.
Yeah, I've got to run around the whole fucking place, man.
If you press Control P, bring up your radio.
Did you copy that, David? Say again? There's a Jeep North 014. It's tracking east to west.
Hey, look out below down there.
It's moving in now, tracking west to east 018. Fast mover. Fast mover.
I got eyes on it.
Coming in quick.
Say hi on the radio. Are we firing?
Yo.
They're firing.
Fire, fire, fire. Good. Yeah, we're good. 1-1, everybody okay?
I'm green.
I'm green. Green. Yeah, I'm good.
One's still up.
Roger. Good spot, keep calling them up.
That vehicle that we took out was a recon vehicle, checking to see if we had occupied this position. Now the enemy is for sure going to know that we're here because, one, they're not going to hear from that vehicle again, and also, two, we're pretty loud, so we expect there to be a lot of North Koreans that are coming our way. In just a few minutes, we see that that is definitely the case as we start to see infantry moving up on our position. We've got enemy armor coming from the same direction that Jeep was.
Roger. Enemy armor coming from the north. Rico, if you've got an AT shot on it, take it.
I was holding that position for some time, holding the enemy back from progressing any further. Now, I ended up getting hit, and while I was down, the 183rd was able to take out that enemy armor. Now, I'm operating at a significant disadvantage now because since I've been wounded, it's very difficult for me to maintain a steady aim. And at this distance, it's going to be difficult to hit anybody even when I do have a steady aim. But as soon as I get back up here, I take a look to the left a little bit and I see that there's some enemy coming in on our position due north from where we're located, which means that now we've got enemy coming in from another direction too. Complicates the situation, but I'm still going to do all that I can to engage the enemy from this range and try and suppress them while everybody else is able to go ahead and take them out.
Wait. I think I've got javelin on it. Fuck, give me a minute. I might have javelin.
Oh, we're getting guys coming in from the left a little bit, due north.
Guys, come in due north.
Javelin out. Don't know if it's down, but it fucked me up. That blast fucked me up.
Hey, tell those boys to calm down with those heat.
Calm down with the heat. Yeah, you do it.
Rico, no more heat. No more heat.
That thing's up.
Hey, Ashby, if you got a grenade launcher with the red smoke,
Yeah, I do.
Awesome, thank you.
I don't see any major infantry. Yeah. I do. Very 5-5 position.
In addition to enemy infantry coming from that direction, we're also spotting enemy armor coming from there too, which complicates this even more. Since we've got armor coming in from multiple directions, the teams above me who have AT are going to have to be on point here when it comes to taking them out quickly, while I again try to suppress the enemy infantry.
this one's
David, I'm out of ammo. I'm bringing some to you now. What do you need, M56? M2, no M2.
Alright, I'm gonna hit the nearest one. Alright, hit that one with the heat.
Once we finish this firefight, we notice that there's a break in the fighting, and I use that time to patch myself up and manage some of my pain, while the enemy uses that time to be able to regroup, reorganize, and prepare for another attack on this position. So the break doesn't last too long. We're back in the fight very, very quickly and engaging a more heavily armed enemy than we had seen previously. There's going to be more armor, more infantry coming at us in a shorter amount of time, so things are about to get pretty heavy.
This is 1-6 over here, mate. Easy. Call me on radio.
When you
Snackbar, can you come in? Hey, we got movement north coming in from the north. Roger, yeah, we're on it.
Bearing 3-5-0.
What do you need, Rico? Or sorry, David, what do you need?
Don't worry about it, don't worry about it. Armor coming at us.
More coming in from the north in the trees.
Enemy in the north in the tree line.
Right, get a south and north run. Only, we'll mark the smoke.
I am out.
I got you. I'm gonna drop it on the ground right here.
Perfect timing, dude.
Chief, 1-6.
Keep up the good work, brother.
Sweet, thanks, dude.
One, they're in 350 from our position at the tree line.
Rico, how you doing on ammo up there?
Yeah, I'm just going on to my last magazine now.
I'm bringing more for you. I'm bringing more as we speak.
Now, I've got to give David, who's my fire team leader, mad props. He did a phenomenal job checking in with us on a regular basis to make sure that we were okay, still in the fight, and we had everything that we need. You saw that he dropped off some ammunition for me. He was going up to Rico to get him some ammunition, too. Dude was on point. The enemy, on the other hand, was doing a pretty terrible job because it was pretty easy to determine where they were going to be coming from. Their avenues to attack our location was very predictable, and they repeated the same paths over and over again. And you kind of notice here in this next clip that I'm not surprised to see the enemy coming out of the same tree line that we had been seeing earlier. 350 infantry at the tree line, just like normal.
Roger. Yeah, I can lock onto infantry with this javelin. Yeah, you can.
Last box.
Are they bringing in javelin missiles, yeah? AFM.
when I went into this fight, I had to come up with a plan on how I was going to try and use my ammunition because I've got 8 100-round belts of 7.62 ammo with this M240. Now, that may seem like a lot, but that's really what I normally carry with my M249, except in that case, it's 5.56 ammo. So not quite as much of a punch as what the 240 can give, but I'm not able to carry as much. So I tried to engage the enemy in shorter bursts, hoping that if I do actually try and hit somebody, which accuracy wasn't the big thing in mind for me, it was more suppression of the enemy in this particular mission. If I did hit somebody, I mean, like I said, it was going to pack more of a punch. But I find I go through my ammunition very quickly, and so I have to go on search around the area to try and find more ammunition for this so I can get back into the fight and try and help out the rest of the 183rd with my M240.
That would have been a good idea, actually. Rico, let me know how many rounds you have now.
More at 350. I'm out.
Actually, Snackbar, you're out.
Yep, I'm out.
Link up with 1-1 Bravo. They're to our east and get some more rounds. Because I can keep shooting right now.
No, you're good, dude. I'll see what I can find.
He's got him. He's definitely got him. We just gotta get over there.
I should be good for a while. I got 8 100-round boxes.
Awesome.
Thanks, Dunnington.
Got it, buddy.
Once I get my ammunition and I'm back in the fight, I realize how ineffective I am and unable to really do anything at this point in time since we had 2 APCs try and rush this position. We've got 3 more that are on the way. My only hope to be able to stop these guys is any of the vehicles that have tires. Hopefully I can shoot them out with my 240, but that's really not going to do too much at all. The guys who are upstairs with the AT are going to be pretty busy, and also our bird in the sky, Chief Rain, is going to be coming in here to hopefully help us out here and engage the enemy.
We got 4 APCs, 0-2, 0-3-0, 3 APC, 0-3-0.
Yo, give me a hidden javelin on the wall now.
3 APCs at 0-3-1.
Where is it all in? Bully, get Chief Rain up. Bully, get Chief Rain for a rock run. West, east. Yes.
Ashby, where are you?
Hold.
David, we're out of M2 ammo.
Roger.
Ashby.
So Chief Rain, we need immediate fucking...
Behind us, behind us.
Bully.
Negative, we land wherever.
Snackbar, cover me. I'm gonna go down there.
We got more contacts moving
All right, dude.
to the west. 300. 300.
Keep up. Bully, what's happening?
After taking out the enemy to the rear of our position, David goes down and checks and makes sure that everybody has been taken out. And they have. But we quickly noticed that on the extreme left, we're seeing enemy come from that direction too, so we're basically surrounded at this point. The only hope that we have to be able to stop the people on the left while not completely ignoring the enemy that's attacking us in a full frontal attack is for me to lay down some suppression fire and get them in the ground so that way we can have Chief Rain, our bird in the sky, to come around and take them out. Fortunately, that's exactly what happens, as you'll find out right here.
These contacts are moving towards our position now, David.
Got it. Contacts due west, moving toward our position.
Can you get a rifle and bring me up a fucking javelin? Where they are.
Come in, contacts.
After another break in the fighting, I'm called up to the roof to provide some extra firepower with my 240 from the top position here. Gives me a good perspective on the enemy, but for more than one reason, this is not the best place to be right now, which you'll find out why in just a little bit.
Mate, I already have a very big head. That's in hard too.
Are you compensating? Over.
No. Luna, have you seen my avatar actually on TS?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
You should check it out, Luna.
Voices and also wondering where I was coming from.
I'm saving that for later, bud.
Hey mate, I think I should just take that fucking JCB down there and just...
Hey, what was that? Once you bring it in, wait there.
Ashby's down.
I'm down too. Rico,
Rico's down.
get to cover,
Rico's down.
get to cover. Cover.
You might have to grab Ashby, because I'm the only one that can communicate with air.
All right, I'm on it. I'm going for Ashby.
Aldridge, stay here. I'm going to Rico.
Enemy squad to the north.
Luna, or Ashby's messed up pretty bad.
Snackbar's down.
I'm back up.
Guys, stay in cover. I'm gonna send it up to the net that we need some serious cat back here.
All right, let's see what I can do. Oh, Ashby, I love you, but you are messed up bad. All right, I'll see what I can do. You got him? All right. We've got loads of incoming. Little west of north. bearing about 330.
Oh my god. 160, friend. What just call it broken arrow? You are requesting
Snackbar, you up?
Yeah, I'm up, but I can't imagine I'm going to be up for long with all the armor and infantry out there.
Same here, same here. Rico's down. Batman, where you at? I was just helping unload that helicopter, but I'm coming back in.
Return position.
This is Alpha 1-1.
I'll get it.
Alpha, medevac to chopper now. Go, go, go.
All of us?
Everyone, go.
Now, I'm able to get out of the building just fine, but I hear over the radio and by the people who are talking around me that there are still some of the 183rd who are stuck in the building. They may be unconscious, wounded, I don't know, but as soon as I hear that there's a relief effort going on in the building to try and get the last few people out, I rush back in to try and provide some support for them. With my 240, I'm going to aggro a lot of enemy soldiers, and I can take some of the fire away from them and place it on me. So I rush back into the building as quickly as I can to try and take out any enemy.
Alright, I'll be the last one. Wait. I've still got jab.
There's a tank there. Prioritize.
If anyone got
Guys, look for, see if you can find any AT. Check the crates in there.
Snackbar.
What's up, Landing? Not that I know of. I was up on the roof. I didn't see anybody else. So this is where I end up getting killed here for the mission. The artillery that the enemy was firing on our position actually took down the building, and all of us who were inside, whether they were trying to make the last fighting defense or trying to find anybody who was missing, we all ended up dying right here. So not the best way to go ahead and end this mission, but it was a heroic last stand. At least I can go ahead and say that. But that is going to be it here for this video with the 183rd Air Assault, or 5th Rangers, whichever you want to call them right now. But thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Again, please like the video if you enjoyed what you saw here. Subscribe to the channel so you can see more of this type of content and also other series that I end up doing. And also share the video and donate to the Patreon if you can. War is hell. You don't have to worry, because warfighters, I've got your 6.